What's going on, guys? Killer D here with another Bleach Immortal Souls video, and today we're going to go over the patch notes for a couple days ago. I just kind of been busy with work and stuff, but let's dive into it. I'm pretty sure most of you guys already know this is something old, but the level cap has been increased to 87. This was a couple weeks ago that they did this. Now it does seem like they added a new chapter. You do have to be 85 in order to complete it, I want to say. I'm not sure. I made it up to halfway, and then that's what it said for me. It said I needed to be 85 in order to continue. But they did add some elite stages, which is great, and they added some 3 new characters to the character list, so they are going to be coming soon. Stark, Lilinette, and then you are Barragan. So we are going to look into them real quick. And then they optimize like some parts of the UI. A lot of it looks a lot different. You guys, I'm pretty sure, saw it. They increased the sound effect for promoting war souls, and then they decreased the difficulty for extreme challenges across the board for the regular one, and then the ones for the soul halls. So that's good. Then they did a lot of minor fixes, which I'm not really gonna dig too much into. But let's go into the characters, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are pretty happy about these characters that came out. I mean, You Are Barragan is one of them, so he should be hopefully coming soon. And then we had Lilinette and Stark. I'm definitely more hyped about Stark, but let's start from the bottom. So let's start with Stark. So he's going to be an Azure Dragon, so he's going to be able to regen that rage at the beginning of battle. He is an attacker. And then for that mastery skill, single target dispels all debuffs from himself. So I guess like defense debuffs, attack debuffs. I was thinking about CCs, but you can't really, if you're CC'd, you're not going to be able to do anything. But let's see, the damage of this attack is increased by 20% for each ally that has died to a maximum of 100%. So that means 5 characters. If he's the last person standing, that mastery skill is going to do 100% more damage. Definitely a PvP character for sure. So he is somebody who, if you guys are rocking that Unohana strategy, maybe look into. I know I'm definitely going to look into him, because there's not a lot of characters that have this kind of skill set where if somebody dies, they do more damage, and that's how it should be for the White Tigers and the Dragons. But yeah, he regens HP equal to 50% of the damage dealt by the next use of this attack. It's kind of a hit or miss, because PvP battles are going to be done in like maybe 1, maybe even 2-3 rounds. So the chances of this proccing again is maybe 50-50. But you do have some kind of heal right there. Now for his rage skill, deals damage to an enemy column. The damage of this attack is increased for each ally that has died, so that's great. I do want to know how much damage is increased. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 20%, just like the other one, but just, you know, it's good to make sure. When Stark uses this skill, he recovers 100 rage for each ally that has died to a maximum of 400 rage. So a maximum of 4 people die, you're going to be able to regen 400 rage, which is especially good on a PvP character or Azure Dragon. I'm trying to think. I'd have to test this out, but I'm just thinking off the top of my head, like, you know. So I go first. I use my rage skill, obviously, because I'm a Azure Dragon. Next turn, everybody uses their rage. Maybe one person hits me, maybe nobody hits me. I'm not going to have that much rage to double rage the next turn, but maybe he wipes out my entire front row. That's 3 characters. I have him in the back row. I'm going to be able to regen 300 when I do use this rage skill again. Maybe 4, yeah. Hold on. When Stark uses this skill, he recovers 100 rage for each ally. Yeah. Yeah, so, okay, that's the way it's going to work. I'm trying to think if maybe you want him to go second. Second's fine too. That means if, let's say, your whole team gets wiped, or like 4 characters get wiped, if you have an Azure on him, he's going to be possibly able to regen about 700 rage, which is going to be insane. Yeah, that's going to be crazy. After the weapon awakens, damage is increased greatly, and then he gains a 15% increased damage rate for 2 rounds. So, like I said, it's going to be good too, because PvP is real short. For his passive skill, at the beginning of battle, Stark's block chance and crit chance are increased by 20% for 2 rounds. Definitely interesting. I never would have thought that an attacker would get a block chance increase. Let's check out his I guess his like somewhat stats right now. These aren't going to be his real stats. Block chance 20%. That's not true because I have the, what's his name? Cones of Warsaw max out. So it'd be like 6, and then I got other heroic Warsaw, so they're not in there. I'd have to show you guys whenever I do summon for him, but it's his block chance is probably somewhere close to 10%. I'd want to say, with my heroic Warsaws that I've been working on. If not, I can get him probably up to like 10, 11%. And then at the beginning of battle, block chance increased by 20%. This is interesting. You know, it's basically like he has a Warsaw Courage and a Warsaw Crit right there, minus the attack and defense buffs that you get from those. So definitely good. Attackers are going to have a higher crit chance. I want to say my attackers are roughly around like the 20-something range right now. So this is going to make him at like a 40% range crit. If you put another crit on him, he's going to crit indefinitely. So yeah, he's definitely going to be able to crit, which is good. When an ally does die, his damage rate and rage recovery rate are increased by 2%. Not 2%, I'm sorry, for 2 rounds to a maximum of 2 stacks. Cannot be dispelled. And at level 0 right now, it's going to be damage rate increased by 5%. Rage recovery rate increased by 5%. This is good for an Azure Dragon because they have really weak rage regen. They only regen rage in the beginning of battle, and that's about it. So this is definitely interesting. He is definitely one of the characters I'm most excited about out of the 3 for PvP. Now let's check out the bonds. So you're going to need Barragan in Halibel's SSR version, a Lilinette, and then you're going to need Kyoraku for his bonds. You're going to need this on Jutsu Tome and the Light of the Cosmos emblem. And then for talent, in Kenpachi's contest, the defense and HP of all characters are increased by 4%. That's when you max it out. Now let's check over Lilinette. She is a black tortoise, so it's going to regen that rage whenever she does get attacked. For that mastery skill, deals damage. It's single target, increases damage reduction rate of the ally with the lowest HP by 18%, and the damage rate of the ally with the highest attack by 18% for 1 round. This is interesting. I kind of would like to see this in a rate skill, but I guess you're gonna kind of want Lilinette definitely in the front so that whoever is the highest or lowest, they get this buff for that round. For her rage skill to column, the ally with the highest attack recovers 300 rage. So you're going to want her somewhere like maybe in the middle, second, third, front row. Yeah, I don't know if you want her in the back. It's interesting. You got to mess around with her to see where she really shines. Lilinette regens 30% of her missing HP. There is a 50% chance for her to become disorient, which I feel is a typo. I don't see why she should be disorient. But yeah, after the weapons awaken, damage is greatly increased, and Lilinette gained a 25% increased block chance for 1 round. So yeah, that's going to be good. Black Tortoise, block chance should be especially good for PvP. Maybe some PvE settings you can use this as well. Not in a boss, but regular PvE. Let's check out her passive. So she increases the damage rate of all characters or allies for 1 round when she uses the rage skill. Similar to Nell's rage, where she increases the damage rate of everybody. So you kind of want her in the front row so she can rage and then buff the back row. When the damage Lilinette takes from an enemy skill is greater than 20% of her total HP, she gains 300 rage, so she's gonna have an insane rage regen for a Black Tortoise. It's gonna be crazy. Alright, let's check out those bonds. So you are going to need Stark and obviously his UI version. Can't wait to see that one when it's gonna come out. Hopefully after Barragan. You are gonna need Jushiro, so you're gonna be able to purchase him from the battle shop. If you need to work on him, then you're gonna need Kyoraku. No surprise there, because they did fight in that one scene when they invaded Kodakora town. You're gonna need the Kakura Tome and the Light of the Cosmos emblem. Then last but not least, it's going to be Barragan. So he is another black tortoise, so he's going to regen that rage whenever he does get attacked. Let's see, talent, defense and HP of all male characters increased by 3%. That's good. I do want to know what this heroic warsaw is, but I'm going to check that out when I do summon him. Let's see, mastery skill deals damage to a single target, causes them to be poisoned for 2 rounds. He regens 8% of his missing HP for each dot on the target to a maximum of 32%. So if you're rocking like a dot formation, I guess he has a bigger heal. Or maybe if you have like a dot, like maybe if you have like Nell in your guard stance character for PvP or on your team. Poison at the end of each round. The poison characters receive a damage based on the amount of HP already lost. Let's check out that rage skill. So it's no longer a column, it's a front row. Lowers the crit chance and block chance, or block pierce chance of targets by 10% for 2 rounds. Nice combo right there. It says he gains Respira for 2 rounds. After weapon awakens, damage is greatly increased, and when Barragan has the Respira effect, he gains a temporary shield equal to 6% of his current HP for 1 round whenever he is attacked. Whenever he's attacked. Okay, that's cool. And then Respira, it says reduces damage taken by 60% and dispels 2 buffs from attackers. So that's, yeah, that's crazy. Because if you're running, let's say you're rocking Unahana, and let's say you kill their front row, that means when they attack you, if he has this Respira effect, I'm trying to think if Unahana's buff can be dispelled. But if it can, you're taking it out just by him being in the front row. And you're able to reduce damage by 60%, which is crazy. It's a lot of damage. He's going to be extremely tanky. Extremely tanky. Maybe on par as with, what's his name? Urahara. But let's see, his passive skill at the beginning of a round, poison enemies take damage equal to 5% of their total health, not to exceed 240% of his attack. So other poison characters you can probably team him up with are going to be like Mayuri, UR Zanaporo, against another character that can poison, but he's not something that's like 100%. He's, I think it's like, what, 75% chance to poison. Mayuri and UR Zanaporo are going to be more constant. Then it says at the beginning of battle, Barragan gains a temporary shield equal to 35% of its current HP for 2 rounds. When Barragan is attacked, there's a 40% chance to attack for the attacker to become poisoned. Similar to Yamamoto's like passive, where if you attack him, you get burned. So that's going to be good. You're definitely going to want him in the front row, that's for sure. And it says have their defense decreased by 5% for 2 rounds. So he's going to get them poisoned, and then their defense is going to be lowered by 5%. Not big, but it's still a debuff that they're going to have, which is going to be good. It says a maximum of 3 stacks. So if you proc this with your rage, and then you proc it with the mastery skill or skill, that's going to be 10% right there if the attacker procs this. And then defense decrease, it says 1.5. I'm guessing it's 1.5%. I'm definitely interested to see how this looks like. He's definitely going to be a PvP character. I'm imagining like how big his shield's going to be if you put him and Ukiyo or UR version there, because he's going to be able to, what's the shield say? 35% of his current HP for 2 rounds, and then Ukiyo is able to put shield for the front row. He's going to be extremely tanky. He's definitely going to be extremely tanky. Let's check out the bonds though. So you are going to need UR, Halabel, Aizen, you're going to need Soifone and Hachi. No surprise there, because they did have that fight scene where they killed Barragan with that cube, where they trapped himself or something. I don't know, I can't remember it. It was long ago, but it was definitely cool. I remember seeing that. Soifone lost her arm that day. And then you're going to need Aizen again. And then let's see, so for the tome it's going to be the martial physique, and then for the emblem it's going to be the source of chaos. And yeah, that's going to be it for the overview on these 3 new characters. I haven't done this in a while, so definitely felt like I needed to, and especially these 3 characters. Tomorrow it should be Zalaporo coming out, and then I'm not going to summon for him until Thursday. And then UR Barragan should be next. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. The patch notes that are pretty late, and then the overview on the 3 characters. Which characters are you guys most hyped about? Me, I'm most hyped about Stark, to be honest, because I want to do a white tiger formation. I feel like nobody does white tiger formation, so I want to do one. Black Tortoise is definitely another good team, and Barragan is definitely going to be on that team now because yeah, he looks nice. Definitely looks nice. So yeah, which characters are you guys most hyped about? Is it going to be UR Barragan? It's going to be SSR Lilinette. Not that there might be a UR version. And then, or is it going to be SSR Stark? Love to hear your comments and who you guys are more hyped about. But yeah, as always, guys, have a good one.